Every time. Recently, I keep nearly hitting the end broadcast button. Way too high. I like it where it's just cutting the top of my head off. But yeah. Anyway. I didn't brush my teeth this morning. That's why I've got the weird taste in my mouth. Great. I've only just figured it out. Always something with the teeth just recently. I don't get it. All my fucking life, I've been fine. My teeth have been fine, and now the teeth bullshit happen. I actually pulled a muscle in my chest. I thought I had a heart attack or something. But I was like, no, it's surface. I can feel that. It's like a muscle just here. It's a muscle band just here. But Jesus, it's just so scary. Why is just things? Why is body stuff so fucking scary? Okay, I'll post it on Discord. Right. Hey, Penfox. Right. So yeah, I'm a bit unprepared tonight because essentially I was finishing up a picture, and I realized what the time was, and I was like, oh, on the hour. I was supposed to come on the hour, so I'm like 5 minutes late. No big deal. But yeah. And talking about that picture, I couldn't do it on stream. I was going to do it on stream, but then I realized that his nuts are showing, so can't do it on stream because it was a naked picture. So yeah, but his butt could be showing, but not his nuts. It's a problem YouTube has, and I haven't read all the comments yet. But Panafox, I think you said something about more hair. Do you know how hard it was? Do you know where the majority of the hour worth of just of doing this? Because I'm trying to do these quickly. That's why they're not super mega high quality. I'm trying to do these quickly, but I actually tried really hard with this one, and doing the hair took a whole hour. The amount of hair, and it doesn't really show up much, you know. I didn't put more hair on it basically because I knew it wouldn't show up so much. Because pigs, I don't know if you've seen a pig. Of course, everybody's seen a pig. Duh. I don't know if you've actually like seen and like been in a position where you could actually touch a pig and stuff. But their hair has this kind of has this kind of like translucent property to it. You know, it's kind of like it is kind of a color, but it's also like very see-through in the first place. So I kind of I tried a different method this time. I usually use whenever I'm doing hair, I usually use a brush. Whereas this time I used the marker because it basically lets some of the other color through a little bit. Whereas when I use the brush, I dial up the density of it so that it basically can be seen over the color. But when you do that with a brush, you are putting down the color way more than you are blending, and it kind of blends like a mixture of the colors, whereas the marker leaves kind of just it's like it is leaving just its color. It's not mixing the color, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter. And that kind of makes it look a bit more translucent, which works super good because it's kind of like it's a very dark gray hair that Pop has. So essentially, you know. and I wanted it to match kind of my hair. So yeah, it's kind of like he's got the hair in almost the exact same places that I have hair, and I tried to mess with the density. My body hair is actually kind of longer, especially on my belly. I have like really long hair, like that long hair, just and it's curly and twisty, and some of it's straight. It's rarely all over my belly, but it hardly shows up on camera. So I kind of think I've got the right mix of that with pop, and yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I was doing just now. So that's why I'm late, and I'm sorry. But I'm a whole day late, really. And that's mainly because I'm sorry I keep yawning. I've actually been pretty good today. You know, feeling wise, physically feeling wise, I felt pretty good today. Tiny toot. Yeah, I felt pretty good today. The only problem is I couldn't walk today because essentially there was a storm happening, like actually tornado warnings and all that stuff. So it was like, should I go for a walk today? Look outside, and it's basically like, you know, thunder, lightning, hail outside, and it's like, no, no. um, yeah, that was kind of a bummer because it was like just before the storm bullshit happened. It was just it was a really nice windy day, and I really enjoy it when it's windy because it means that I can go outside and the sun will be less horrible to me because it was so hot when I went for my other walks. So yeah, when I've been for my other walks, it's just been like, it's usually weirdly timed. Like I'll wait for it to get just cloudy enough for me to go outside and not have super mega headaches, even when I'm wearing sunglasses and stuff. And also, the sun isn't on me all the time, which makes me really hot. And I'll get all the way over to the bridge because on the other side of the village there's a bridge. And I'll go all the way down to the bridge and the church, and it's really pretty there. And then I just walk back. But on the walk back, it seems to do this every single time just recently. The clouds disappear. The clouds just disappear. And it's just, there's no shade. It's just, and it just seems to be increasingly hot the more I get to my house. You know, it's just the more that the house is in view of me, I'm like, the more hot it's getting somehow. So yeah, it's like I was actually really proud of myself for the first time I actually did the proper walk outside of my house again. Because like I was like, wow, you know, all of that walking in place, all the exercise I've been doing in the house has really paid off because I didn't feel shit. You know, I never felt tired on any of my walks so far. No, not tired one bit, you know. But it does kind of make me feel really guilty somehow. That's like, wow, I'm really unfit. It's like, no, this isn't exhaustion. This is because I'm on fire. Right. That's why I'm sweaty and gross. That's why I'm sweaty and gross. It's because I'm on fire. It's not because I'm tired. I mean, I am tired, but I'm mostly tired of being on fire. So that makes sense, right? So yeah. But yeah, today it was windy and it was like perfect walking conditions. And then literally as I basically just did one last check to look outside, like I said, hail, thunder and lightning, and like rain and high winds and a tornado warning. So it's like, yeah, that would be the perfect way the fates get me because I love stormy weather. I love being in stormy weather. So it's like, yeah, me going out in the flattest part of the United Kingdom, which is why it's the windiest part. It's like if you look at a topological map of the United Kingdom and you look at the fens It's flat. It's flat as fuck. There's nothing around. So yeah, me going out in a thunderstorm where there's tornado warnings, yeah, that would be the perfect way that the fates get me. Yeah, it's like he got hit by lightning and then sucked up into a tornado. I mean, what are the odds? You know, they are bitchiness. They hate me. So yeah, that'll be that. Yeah. Anyway, I have no idea why we got onto walks. But yeah, yeah. Physically, I've been feeling okay today. That's where it was. But yeah, yesterday I was feeling just really tired. I was just like, normally I can deal with like bullshit if nobody shows up for the LiveTub Weekly stuff. But I had no energy. I had no energy to deal with that bullshit. And I'm sorry. So yeah, because you've seen them. I'm sure somebody's watched the playback of some of the streams where basically if like nobody showed up, right? I know somebody's watched those, and yeah, you can tell that basically like the times when I'm tired and nobody showed up for the live streams, I'm always very kind of like I'm mainly pissed off at people, and I'm trying to fight that. And I hate that I'm pissed off at some people, even though it's probably not their fault, or they're unconscious, or they're working, or something. I get it. Everybody's got busy lives. It's just that it's just it takes energy to fight my urge to basically call you all assholes. um, bastards. Do the proper John Cleans. You bastards. No, I can't do it. But yeah. Hey, Jeffrey. Right. I've missed a couple of the chatty things. I normally just talk about what's happened this week, but essentially not much has happened. Like, nothing happened all week up until the last moment in which, like, I was supposed to be doing the video for this week, and then I got paid to do a video as well as doing the squishing video, because the squishing video, you may notice, it's really short. And that's basically because none of the plans that I wanted to do would have worked. And to be completely honest, again, I have to fight myself from calling all of you guys shits. But essentially, you're kind of useless with the ideas sometimes. I'm sorry. It's true, though. You do kind of suck sometimes when it comes to coming up with ideas. And I get that it's not all your jobs. It's mostly my job. But it's like, if you don't ask me to do stuff, then eventually, essentially, you'll get the squishing video. But the inflation video, everybody likes, so I'm okay with that. Although, it was very strange. Because the hand pump, it's kind of got that old, like, slightly perishable rubber smell to it, which kind of smells like it kind of smells like the sea. It kind of smells like seaweed for some reason. I have no idea what that is, but basically, do you know what I mean? That kind of like old rubber smell. It smells like that, and I'm just really worried that it's actually going to fall apart, which is annoying. But because I just got it, but whatever. But yeah, every time it pumps that smell out of it. So essentially, I was very, very conscious of the fact that this is pumping weird smelling air into me, and it's weird because you can kind of almost taste it, because your butt apparently has got like taste buds or something. I don't know. It's kind of like your nuts. Apparently your nuts have taste buds as well, and that's actually weirdly true. But whatever. Anyway, So I made those videos in one evening, and it was a nice evening. I kind of wanted to make them together, you know, basically, but I didn't seem to get the same kind of results that I wanted out of the inflation, so I didn't end up doing what I planned. Plus, it kind of requires me to have like a double camera setup, and I've only got one iPhone now, so essentially it's like, nah. But yeah, but no, you know, kids get curious and explore YouTube. Yeah, they do. It's okay. Oops. Trust me, I know the pain of hair. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much a pain when I've got more time to work on it, but essentially because I'm trying to get all these done. I don't like deadlines in the first place, which is why I usually don't do stuff like October, you know, Inktober, or like any of the other kind of like prompt a day kind of challenges, which is why I'm starting this one off early. Because, like I said, I kind of hate deadlines. I suck at deadlines, and I want to get all of these, you know. I want to get these done as like ASAP, and I'm not doing things in between, which is annoying because I do have actually things to do in between. Nothing paid yet, I don't think, but yeah. Um, right. Jeffrey voted. I will put the votes down in a second because this is going to be relatively short. Maybe, I don't know. It depends how I feel. But yeah, I will remember that. Parafox says it really is. I remember going to see the world's biggest pig. It was fascinating and scary, but mostly it just laid there eating. I mean, it's the dream, you know. Yeah, whenever I go see like pigs at a farm, they're always either young and small and really energetic, kind of like all over their fucking pen, all over the pen, or they're the mother of those pigs, which are basically just laying there, just, you know, feeding the pigs, and basically like occasionally getting up and moving into a different shady spot of their pen, um, or there's just like two older pigs that are just huge and they're just kind of just laying and eating, and like they always have they always the older pigs always seem to have their ears kind of like over their eyes, and it's like, yeah. what can you do? What can you do? But yeah, it's fascinating. Pigs are interesting. They're cute. They're interesting. Mother Nature said, stay your ass inside. Yeah, basically. I think I've been bitten on my neck, on the bit of my neck that I'm not sure how I could have been bitten. I'm just itchy just here. It's just that that's protected by my giant extra chin, so I don't understand how that could have been bitten. But I'm itchy there. Weird. I can always hear the word arsehole when I'm not at the stream. It's because I try not to call you guys arseholes and that I'm disappointed or whatever. Basically because I know that you might watch playback, or some people might watch playback and be disappointed by that. Disappointed at my disappointment. But you know what I mean. Anyway, guys, how are you? What have you guys been up to? Have you been enjoying the artworks and or videos that I've been putting up and all that stuff? Did a mosquito bite you there? Again, I don't know, Jeffrey. I don't know. I just said I don't know how it could get there, like possibly at all, because I kind of like lay on my side slash front. My chest is usually on like on a pillow because I'm kind of hugging something when I'm asleep. But I don't know when it could have gotten there in the first place, because I don't spend a lot of time just doing this, you know. So I don't get how it could have gotten there. The artwork's been great. Oh, mine, great. Because I've seen yours. Yours been good, dude. I was very impressed that you basically managed to get the eyes on the new. I'm just calling him Tubbs at the moment. It is kind of a placeholder name, kind of like the bouncer one. Yeah, when he's not transformed, just so we're clear about the corgi bouncer, when he's not transformed, he's just called T. But when he is transformed, he's called Rig, and that's basically because ages ago, when I basically was more of a gamer, like because I didn't sleep, so essentially I stayed up all night playing video games. I used to play Unreal Tournament, and my handle was T-Rig, you know, because it was like trigger. It doesn't matter. I thought it was super edgy and cool at the time, but then again, you know, teenagers. I kind of want to cut to the clip of Ivan Ooze saying that, and a reference that nobody's going to get, I don't think. Teenagers. I can't do it, but yeah. But yeah, when I was a gamer, that was basically my nickname, and all of my personas have had like various nicknames that I've personally had. So that's why I've called this guy is just called Tubbs, because basically he is just me in a fursuit. It's kind of like me in the Furverse trying to disguise myself. If that makes sense. It's almost like that. It's not though, because he actually can move his mouth and eyes and lips and stuff. But you know, it's just a kind of weird, funny visual, I guess, in my own personal head. So yeah. But yeah, I guess but that's the new persona. But I'm glad that like I said, I'm glad you managed to catch the eyes, because like he's just got like beady eyes almost, and that's because the fursuit. I intentionally got this fursuit because it was super cheap, but also because I really like the look of the expression on the face, and the fact that the eyes weren't just, you know, generic cartoony eyes or anime eyes. They were very much a kind of like a semi-realistic kind of just. They were kind of semi-realistic, which meant that they weren't just beads. They were actually it's actually like a plastic sticker that's been embroidered like a little shine on them to make it look like they're natural, but not really, I guess. I don't know, but they're really cool. I do like them. But yeah, I think you captured that, and you do fur very good, very well. You do fur like pretty good, like I saw in your other picture as well. So that's cool. I do have one issue, but it might just be because like I don't really mind your interpretation of Tubbs, the furry character. Yeah, anybody can have their own interpretation in their own art style and stuff like that. But his tummy is like mine. Like I said, it's me in a fursuit. So essentially, his tummy's just like mine, only it's padded, so it's slightly bigger. Which means that it's just one continuous, like pillow. You know, it's not really a like it doesn't really have a like the step structure of like a double gut or whatever they call that. I don't know. But yeah, I think you'll notice that all of my characters have that. All of my personas have that. that kind of like yeah, like Pop is just he's kind of inflated with fat, so he is just a balloon of a pig. So he is just very round, doesn't really have a segmented belly. He's just all belly. And Five is just is a fat dog, and they don't really have segmented tummies. When you overfeed a dog, they don't really tend to look like, you know what I mean. But yeah, like I said though, it's other people's interpretations of my characters. I'm totally cool with them putting, like, making other changes. I'm okay with that. I don't really have a problem with that. I was going to say something about it, but then I was like, no, it's his spin on it. I'm okay with that. And it doesn't look bad, so I'm okay with that too. If it looked horrible, then of course I would basically be like, ugh, no, I don't really like that on my character, but it doesn't look bad, so I'm okay with it. I wanted to make it huge to where it was touching the ground, but I fucked. Dude, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like, so I went with that idea. Yeah, again, like it's fine. Okay, I've actually got an eyelash curler because I cannot stand this eye. One of the sets of lashes is it keeps going into my field of vision. And even when I pluck them out, they seem to just come back, or other eyelashes just fill the gap. So I've actually got an eyelash curler, and it does work, but it only seems to work for like half a day. So I'm Panafox. Yeah, when I basically I basically I like to give constructive criticism because essentially I'm kind of like I did tutor a couple of people on how to draw stuff and everything, and like I do understand also that I'm not the greatest artist in the world, so essentially it's never cool when you hear basically people not really giving you constructive criticism. You know, I hate that. I hate unconstructive criticism. Um, so yeah, people just telling you that it sucks is just like, yeah, it doesn't really hurt me. I wish that they would elaborate. um, but yeah, like I'm trying to think of something that I would consider personally awful. Is again something that I kind of don't think he ever watches this show. But remember the guy that did the art trades with me? Like personally, I don't like his artwork. I think it's incredibly immature, but only because of the lack of effort. You know, it's like even that is constructive. Jesus, I can't be mean. Um, yeah, like it sucks. There you go. Oh my god. Yeah, it sucks, but I would never say that to him. Um, because the only reason why I think it sucks is because, like I just said, it's more. I would say instead that he would basically um, that if he put real effort into it, because it doesn't look like he did. If you put like lots of time and lots of effort into a drawing, then essentially it probably will work out good. And I think I've actually seen an example of him doing this. Like I've actually seen basically like an actual hand sketch that he tried to upload to Fur Affinity or something a while ago. So I know he has talent. I know he basically has the ability to actually do this. It's just that when it comes, it does everything else that it's on his for Affinity um, does seem to be 20 minutes on MS Paint, and it's like I just wish that he would put more effort into it. Like I said, that's constructive criticism. You know, if I would never actually say anything like, that's amazingly bad. I was trying to think of a good not constructive criticism. I would never say if somebody basically no, because I've done that. I was going to say I never say that something's just good or something, but no, I do that. I would never say something. I'd never ever say that something is terrible or bad or just rubbish or whatever. I'd never say that. I'd always give at least a reason, and that's, like I said, that's usually constructive. But the problem is that I'm actually kind of like I don't think this is like me trying to please the other person. I've been accused of this. I'm a people pleaser, and it's like no, I'm not. I just can see the good in something that is even terrible. It's like I don't really hate any movie. I can always see something good in a movie, in any movie. Like people bring up the Batman movies, for example. The Batman movies, the previous Batman movies. What was the one with Mr. Freeze? That one, anyway. Everyone keeps saying that that's terrible and that they hate it and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't actually hate it. I see it as an incredibly good homage to the 60s Batman, because each Batman movie before the recent series, was basically it was kind of an homage to various shit, you know. Like different parts of Batman's history, it was kind of an homage. It was paying tribute to these parts of Batman history. So I understand, I get it. It's like I don't see those as bad movies and stuff like that. There are truly terrible movies. I don't see any salvageable thing in the latest Star Wars movie, for example. They seem to be so mixed messagey that it's kind of painful. It just hurts. Like each one of these movies, each one of those Star Wars movies, the new ones, seem to be just super mixed messagey, and kind of like they could have done something really good in certain places. It's like the Marvel series. It's like the Marvel series. The Marvel series is, you know. They could have done something really awesome, and they could have like given a really good message, but then they fuck it up and do the really obvious thing instead, or they just miss the point, and it's like, it's just painful. It's painful when they do that. I'm trying to think of a good example. Rey's whole journey, the whole thing of like her finding out that she isn't actually, I thought that they were actually going to go someplace with the whole, it's like she's not part of some kind of grand lineage, or spoiler alert. They're not, just in case anybody gives a shit. That she isn't part of some grand lineage, and she doesn't have royal blood of the Skywalkers and stuff like running through her and all that shit, and that her parents are nobody. It's like I was hoping that her parents would be somebody. I was somebody specific, in fact. So I was kind of like bummed at first, but then I was like, oh, okay, yeah. It doesn't, you could be anybody. You can literally, strive for greatness. You don't. It doesn't matter where you come from in the world. You could be awesome. Nice message. I'm okay with this. No. It's just like, yeah, yeah. Fuck off. I can see really bad stuff, but then again, that's constructive criticism. That's constructive. Damn it! I'm trying to think of something that I absolutely hate just for the sake of hate it. You know, I'm trying to think of it like for the sake of me just hating something. I'm trying to think of like anything that I just hate for the sake of hating it. But no, I hate everything for a reason. But yeah. Oh my god, I have got to talk about this. I've got to talk about this because it's been in my head. It won't go away. Um, has anybody watched the What If series on Disney Plus or wherever you watch the What If series on? The Marvel What If series. Has anybody watched that? I watched it by accident because I saw a scene from one of them and I'm like, that's fucked up. um, has anybody seen them? Has anybody seen them? Please, Badhawks, have you seen any of the What If series? You've been meaning to? Do you mind if I spoil some shit? Some people get pissed off when spoilers happen. It's not really. It's a TV series. You know, it's no. It's not really spoiling anything. What's the scene? I can't tell you without spoiling something. That's the problem. Do you mind if I spoil some shit? You might just have to come back in 15 minutes, I guess, if you're worried about spoilers. You haven't, but detail. Okay, okay. So, um, I was watching YouTube. I was just watching YouTube, and there's like a couple of uh, shows, series, channels that I follow that basically like explain some shit that happened in, it's like what this really meant in Loki TV series and all that stuff. Or where the references are for this and this and this, and basically one of them was dealing with the What If series, and I wasn't basically that interested because it was kind of like I kind of saw it as like Marvel shorts that really don't mean anything, so I wasn't that fussed. I wasn't like I wasn't turning it off because I was worried about spoilers or any shit like that. But yeah, so it was just on in the background, and then basically it was like one of the What If stories. The What If series, by the way, is basically a character called the Watcher or whatever. Um, he's basically uh, watching the multiverse of the Marvel universes. So all the different realities, of what if something happened instead of something else happening, and blah blah blah, and um, like just the first example is like, what if Peggy Carter actually was Captain America instead of Captain America, so she becomes Captain Britain instead. What if she was, yeah. So basically, it's just a whole episode on this, and yeah, like I said, I wasn't that fussed. It was kind of like, this isn't really going to make a huge dent in the overall storyline of the universe or whatever. But so yeah, I wasn't going to watch it. I just wasn't going to watch it, or I was going to watch it like in the background while I was doing something. And yeah, basically, this particular episode of like either the Carling brothers or Nerdist was dealing with this one episode of What If, and it happened to be what if all of the Avengers were killed off, or were being killed off? Or what if they were killed in various ways and blah blah, and basically, what would happen then? And it was like, what the fuck? First of all, what the fuck? Because some of the Avengers, well, nearly all of the Avengers, are fucking unkillable. Like they cannot be killed. It would take incredible efforts to murder like the God of Thunder, right? You'd think, right? But yeah, it wasn't telling you how they were being killed. It basically was just like showing them dying. And basically, one of the scenes happened to be the Hulk explodes. I mean, just simple, straight up, yeah. I'm going to go for all of them. Tony Stark, he gets injected in Iron Man 2 with something that will ease the symptoms of of polonium poisoning. I can't remember what it was that was poisoning him. He gets injected by some stuff that's supposed to ease the symptoms, and instead it kills him. Fair enough. Hell, an air bubble could have gotten in there. I don't know. So it's like, yeah. I mean, that's Tony Stark is the most killable one out of all of the Avengers in the first place. So what are you going to do? But then the God of Thunder gets killed while he's in just plain ordinary boring human form, which is hilarious in my opinion, because it's like, I don't know how you can get rid of Asgardian biology, but Odin seems to have turned his genes off when he sent him to Earth to learn a lesson, and that's okay with that. I'm okay with that being a reasonable explanation for why his powers disappear. But yeah, and while he's in human form, he gets killed. So that's fairly easy. I get that. That makes sense. And Black Widow is killed off screen. We don't actually see her die, so we just assumed that she gets killed. Hawkeye is also murdered mysteriously. He just kind of like he's a normal human, so fine, fair enough. But the Hulk is fucking unkillable. Like, you can't actually kill him. So what? But no, it basically depicts him kind of like his muscles swell up and he explodes, and I was like, ooh, interesting. So what? I kept thinking to myself, so he was fed a chemical that basically, like, maybe, I'm just trying to think of how this could have happened. And I don't know why, but this is, by the way, this is horrific. This is on Disney Plus. This is animated horrible deaths. I watched it's not super gory, but it's still horrific body horror bullshit that happens in this in not just this one episode, but in tons of shit in this thing. It's incredibly badass. And the implications of it are terrifying. What the fuck? So I actually recommend it. I do actually recommend it. I do hate that the pacing is really off, because they have to tell whole universal altering stories in half an hour. So the pacing is incredibly painful, especially the Captain Carter one. It's like they do skip over huge chunks of the Captain, because it's basically Captain America, but if Captain Carter was the one that got injected and became super soldier and all that stuff. So yeah, but she does have the gold. I will say that she got the gold in the episode, because basically, yeah, even in that episode though, she fucking murders people, like straight up murders people, and they show some of it. It's like, well, they're dead. They're really dead. Okay, and those people are dead, and those people. Did she just cut somebody in half? She cut somebody in half. What the fuck? It's like, kids watch this. Kids watch this. Anyway, yeah. So I was like, how could this be for the Hulk? Again, I'm sorry that this is just all week. This has been going through my head, and the implications of this are terrifying. You know, and it's just like, what? Why is this sticking in my brain? I don't know why this is sticking in my brain. I'm not even interested anymore, but it's just it won't go away. um, but yeah, so basically, I assumed that somebody had fed him a chemical. Whoever's killing off the Avengers basically fed him some kind of chemical that, um, when the Hulk transforms from being a human to the Hulk, he basically, like, his muscles, um, they don't get bigger. They basically they loosen up, and then they contract into kind of like a new formation, which basically gives them the illusion that they've increased in size. But in fact, he isn't changing the laws of physics. He isn't suddenly getting mass. It's basically it just is a way for the muscles to actually loosen up and mutate and get stronger. It's not actually a thing. But essentially, I just assumed that they have a point where they stop doing this, to reach the adequate mass for whatever strength he needs to be at that particular moment. So essentially, he gains like bulk, and then basically he can do whatever. But I assume that somebody gave him a chemical that stopped the process. So essentially, he just got more and more, his muscles like inflated to the point where he exploded, because that's what happens. He just explodes, and it's again terrifying. It's really terrifying. Like, why? um, but yeah. Okay, now the spoilers, because in the next part, is it the next part, or is it like another episode? I think it's the next part. I don't think it was a different episode. Anyway, it's revealed who actually does all of these things, and in a really cool way. Apparently, in this universe, Hope, that is Hank Pym's the original Ant-Man, his daughter. Apparently, she gets killed on a mission. Much like, well, she's assumed dead, much like Hank's wife is assumed dead. She goes subatomic or whatever, which again can't happen given his own logic. But whatever, it's whatever. Yeah. So he goes crazy because he can't wear the suit anymore, because if he keeps wearing the suit, it basically takes a toll on your mental state or something. So if you keep wearing the suit and shrinking and enlarging, then yeah, his whole gimmick is that basically he invented the technology to shrink himself to teeny tiny size. That's his whole gimmick. He's Ant-Man. That's his whole thing. So yeah, what he did to Tony Stark was he basically he got into the injector and then shot him with his arm laser while he was teeny tiny in the nozzle of the injector. He basically got really close, possibly even inside Tony Stark for a split second, and then zapped him, and he died. Apparently, that's what happened. He basically he jumps onto Hawkeye when he's taking aim at Thor before he's friends with Thor, and he jumps onto his hand that's holding the arrow, and it basically makes him release the arrow prematurely, which then kills Thor. So he killed Thor, and then when he was in the cell with Hawkeye as a tiny man, he basically also then zapped him, just killed him. I don't know how he killed him, but basically it says that he murdered him, so whatever. And he basically kung fu fighted by becoming bigger and smaller, and then bigger and smaller again, with Black Widow, and killed her. But how did he kill Hulk? Again, this is fucking my brain up. Because I hate Ant-Man's whole power set in the first place, because he is breaking the rules a lot with his whole power set. And I'm sorry if I've lost a bunch of people, because the view counter keeps going up and down. I'm really sorry. But yeah, what he did was, while Hulk was a human, and again, I'm not entirely sure this is possible, because it's kind of implied that you can't shoot the Hulk when he's a human. His Hulkness basically kicks in the second that he basically like a bullet touches him. It doesn't actually pierce his skin. It will, like, he will turn into the Hulk at that instant. Like, so I don't understand how that happened, but basically the human version of the Hulk gets shot. This gives an entry point for Ant-Man when he's teeny tiny. Ant-Man gets to teeny tiny size, goes inside the Hulk's arm when he's a human, before he does the hulking out thing, and then when the Hulk is in Hulk mode, he travels into the Hulk's chest and then fires because he has these pellets that basically, like, he throws them at things, and he can make them bigger and or smaller. You know, he's got big ones, things to enlarge things, and things to make things smaller. And these little pellets he can actually throw at things, and then they hit the object, and then they somehow make it bigger or smaller. He threw one of these things at the Hulk's heart, which then enlarged his circulatory system. This is fucked up. And that killed the Hulk because he blew up. Again, I'm pretty sure that you can't do that. They have a limit to how big these things get when you throw a pellet at stuff. They usually, like, they grow in size, yes, but it's like the Hulk would compensate somehow. Like, his body would compensate somehow. You just end up with a really big Hulk. Also, how did he isolate the circulatory system? Again, this is what's been fucking my head up. My brain will not leave this alone. It's like, how did this little thing isolate his circulatory system to make it and it alone enlarge? You know, surely this would make any system or his entire body go big. You know. It's fucked up. So yeah, it's pissing me off, and it shouldn't piss me off. But yeah, it's like yeah, I was going to draw something to do with this, because it's like, what if Hank Pym did the same thing to his digestive system or to his stomach or something? I don't know. It's like, would that just make him really fat or really fat looking? I don't understand. Like, what are there shouldn't be a limit to Hulk. Like, I'm pretty sure you can't limit Hulk. At least the classic Hulk. I don't know. Everything about this is fucked up. Panafox, this is what I mean. I wanted somebody's reaction, you know. And sorry, Jeffrey, but you don't watch pop culture movies. You don't watch the Marvel movies, so you don't understand, I guess. I don't know. Oh my god. But all of that is fucked up. It's just incredibly fucked up in the way that it doesn't really work in the first place. But yeah, you get the body horror whole aspect of it, which is terrifying in the first place. But it's like he actually killed the Hulk. I don't know. It's just dumb. It's kind of dumb as well. That's the other thing. It's like, yeah. Yeah. But there was like it's like they gave this show to someone edgy and creative and said go nuts. Yeah. I'm just going to point out the reason why I don't like Ant-Man's power set and stuff. And this is really obvious. This is really obvious, even to fucking children, is that basically like sorry, spoilers for Ant-Man, for the first Ant-Man and kind of the second Ant-Man. But how does he go subatomic if basically this spray or whatever it's supposed to be, the PIM particle stuff, is the thing that controls his shrinking and enlarging? It basically just they explain that they just decrease the space between atoms. Because your atoms that make up everything in the universe actually, like, they're actually really far away from each other in relation to their size, and even the stuff that makes up the atom is also really far away from each other and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, it's like his whole gimmick is that he decreases the empty space between these particles, these bits of atoms and stuff. And then how does he can't really go subatomic then, can he? Because there'll be a point where all of his atoms and all of the stuff that makes up his atoms are basically touching, which causes a whole other problems. But so he can't really go subatomic. So fuck you. It's like, and they've never explained this. They never explained this away. But yeah, I don't really like Ant-Man. Basically because science doesn't work that way. So yeah, it's broken. It's broken so much. Plus, they always play it fast and loose with exactly like even with the whole subatomic thing not really working. They always play it very fast and loose with how much things weigh, because you don't replace the mass of an object. You are basically just literally decreasing its size. So basically, it still weighs the same, but it will be really teeny tiny. And they always, like I said, they always play it fast and loose with this whole. They've established this as a rule. So if he had actually jumped on Hawkeye's hand that held the arrow, then it would break his finger. Plus in the first movie, it's kind of revealed that Hank Pym is like, he's carrying around a tank on his keychain. It's kind of important later, but it's like a working tank, and he would have to make all of these he would have to make all of the tank stuff. He would actually build a tank. He would go very small, build a tank, and then have that on the keychain, and then enlarge the tank later, right? I mean, that's the only way that you can do this. Otherwise, the universe breaks down. His universe breaks down because he's been carrying around a whole tank in his pocket, which weighs the same as a tank. So yeah, they carry around a building in the second movie. Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh my god, I hate that so much. Oh. I like these movies. I actually like these movies, but only because I have it in my own head. I edit it in my head to say that basically, like, well, it doesn't always work that way, right? It doesn't always work the way that they're saying. They're leaving some information out, so that that it works, right? That's what they're doing. There's some kind of scientific explanation that I'm doing. Imagine shooting yourself with a mini tank. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it would have all of the force and all of the weight of an actual gun, like an actual bullet, everything. So essentially, an actual shell of a cannon. So basically, it could blow your leg off. Um, it would, if it went off in your pocket, it would blow your leg off. Even if it wasn't aimed at your leg, it would basically still destroy you. You know. Because the forces in effect are still the same forces. They're just they're not miniaturized. So the tank would blow up for sure, and it shards of it would be like neutron star firing at you. Oh my god, it's really hard to explain this to people who don't get what I'm talking about. Like it'll be like a neutron star is a really 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 dense star made of neutrinos. It's super dense. This much of a neutron star could destroy Earth because it's so dense. Its atoms literally are rubbing up against each other. You know, he's basically invented a serum that basically makes atoms almost rub up against each other. So it would be, yeah. But yeah, it would be like if the tank blew up in your pocket, then you would basically be destroyed as well because like shards of this giant tank, like giant metal panels, and as well as being superheated from the explosion that just happened in your pocket, um, would just rip through everything at like super speed as well. Oh my god! It just the implications are bullshit. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. So yeah, I don't like Ant-Man because of that. I do like Ant-Man for the story. That they do have good story. The science is bullshit though. Science is just bullshit. Anyway, the Hulk blew up. And again, I don't like it. Just the way that it's done. It's like it both makes sense and it also doesn't. It's kind of like, well, this is the only way to kill the Hulk. Yeah. Now, this is kind of the only way to kill the Hulk, so it's like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I do want to point out, just while I'm talking about this real quick before I get into voting and stuff, because I'm over time. And again, I do apologize for being late and stuff, but yeah. Um, that there's a really funny moment in the first episode of What If, and it's just really good, and I love it. I love it so much because it's so Peggy Carter, and Peggy Carter is from the first. She becomes Captain Britain basically, but yeah, there's basically like a scene where like the camera is following a German on a motorcycle. He's on a motorcycle. He's just on a motorcycle, and then Peggy Carter just saunters up next to him while he's still driving the motorcycle, and he's kind of just like, "What? How is she keeping up with me? Yeah, I'm on a motorcycle." But yeah, she's just running along with the motorcycle. She's like, "Well, this is lovely, isn't it? Like, mind if I have a go?" And then she chucks him off the motorcycle. He's dead. That's dead. But yeah, then she takes his motorcycle. I don't know why, but that was just like, it's like fucking yes. She's awesome. I do like Peggy Carter. She's great. And this is the way it should have been. This is so cool. But yeah, there was like a moment where she was like, she basically accidentally on purpose flips over a whole armored truck that she stopped. She stops it and then it's like flips over. She manages to flip it over, uses its momentum to throw it over herself. And she's like, that was brilliant. Let's do it again. And she basically then does it with another truck. And it's like, yeah. So yeah, I will say that that's the best story. They're terribly paced. I will say that they again they're terribly paced. Because they are whole Marvel movies that are trying to like compressed into like half an hour. So they have to tell all of the story. So yeah. Although I will admit that also I did like the last one I saw was the Thor one. You know, what if Thor never had a brother? You know, what if Thor basically for what if Loki was just given back to the ice giants like immediately after he was found? And that story is pretty cool. I do actually like that story. Thor is inadvertently destroying the universe one planet at a time by basically he's basically a party animal. So yeah, it is really funny. It's exactly what you'd expect it to be, and also Loki is still in this. Loki's in this, and it's just kind of it is almost confusing. Almost, it's not really confusing, but it is kind of funny. I just love that. Basically, yeah. They seem to have gotten all of the voice actors, all of the cast, all the original cast, to actually do all the voice acting as well. By the way, I don't think any of them are not their original characters, so that's always amazing. It's just really funny also hearing what is the name of the of the Loki guy? What is the name of the Loki guy? What's his actor? I can't remember his name. But yeah, he's just really enjoying it whenever he's on there. So yeah. Loki's still there. Yeah, but because he's not had his DNA overwritten. I'm pretty sure that's the power that Odin has. He has the power to fuck with people's DNA. I'm pretty sure that's almost his only power. Um, but yeah, because he hasn't had his DNA overwritten, he basically is still ice giant. Like look up pictures of Loki as an ice giant. It's kind of funny. It makes sense, and it's also still funny. And they're totally buds. Oh my god, that is so cool. That is so cool. Right. Finding out what this week thing is, and then I'll be back tomorrow to do like a brainstorming, probably, depending on what it is. Right, who voted for what now? Ugh. Actually, I have my glasses on so I can actually do this. Actually, I'll just go into the chat here. There we go. AJ. Oh, I will say that it looks like the next picture is metallic. is supposed to be with somebody's character. So if somebody just basically gives me a character of theirs, I will do that. Live and furry. Live and furry. Where is live? Furry is at the bottom. And Jeffrey. Level is at the bottom. Pipe furry. Where is furry? I was just here. I was at the bottom. God damn it. Okay. Did anybody else vote? Excuse me. Oh, we gotta shut up. Not you guys. Wait a minute. So I just got this random memory of, was it Bill that somebody was basically on here being really pissy? I don't think it was Bill. It might have been somebody else. But it just triggered a memory in my head. Somebody basically was like, I can't believe you would treat your fans with such disrespect or something, some bullshit like that. And for some reason, it's got like it was triggered by Bill entering. I don't think it was Bill, but what? I think he's also been on before, like since then. But Fart Dad, right? Which is weird because Fart Dad is like he seemed to be a cool dude until then. Right. Yeah, it was Fart Dad. Panafox, don't do that to me. I was like, somebody, yeah. It's still weird. It's still weird. He was a cool dude. I don't understand what. I didn't even say anything. I don't even remember that. No, Bill. I know. I'm just saying that there was somebody who basically, who enters like as much as you do. I guess enters the chat just as much as you do, and basically then just randomly, like said something. I responded to it, although again, not in any like particularly negative way, and then like immediately got like ugh, I can't believe this. I can't believe you would say that. Such a so just oh random pettiness. It's just so uncool. Anyway, where am I looking? Where am I looking? Wiki topic poll. There it is. Okay, hope everybody voted for stuff because it's now closed. Two? Where is it? There it is. 3, which is at the bottom, live. Funnel. Can't find that one. There it is. Any predictions? Oh, okay. Right, I'm going to tally up. Give me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, I should do this. Oh, you want feet? Right, feet. Maybe he was just in a really bad mood and took it out in the wrong place. Well, he was just it was just confusing more than I wasn't really annoyed by it. I was just kind of like, well, well, you can see it if you look back on it. Then you can actually see it. I was kind of like, just what? What did I do? What did I say? But yeah, it just randomly triggered a memory for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it probably wasn't you. That's why I was asking. I wasn't immediately saying outright that it was like you did this. You failed me for the last time. Yeah. Again, talking about yourself. Just doing this. I think we just have one winner this time. I think we're actually gonna do the rollover as well, but so I've got hair. Oh, it just hit me. I was okay all night until just now. Oh, we've got a random hair. Anyway, right. So the results are. Yo, excuse me. So the results are: Glutton Week has 3 votes, Feet Week has 2 votes, Live Week has 2 votes, Art Week has no votes, Funnel Week has 2 votes, Advice Week has 1 vote, Bloating Week has 4 votes, Pipe Week has 5 votes, and Leather and / Rubber Week has 2 votes, and Furry Week has 4 votes. Oh my god! Yeah, that's the problem. When you're a hairy dude, occasionally you get like hair in your fucking lungs. Ugh. Yeah. Right. So this week's winner is Pipe Week with 5 votes. Let me just get this right. Glutton Week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So yeah, there isn't a set week next week, so you can still vote for other things. I'm just clearing the list. So this this week is Pipe Week, and yeah. I've got a bunch of clips that I've got to put together, but apart from that, what do you want to see? Might do a brainstorm on it, I don't know. So you can vote for. Go away. Very short list this time. You can vote for Glutton Week, Feet Week, Live Week, Art Week, Funnel Week, Advice Week, Bloating Week, Leather / Rubber Week, or Furry Week. So yeah. Hey, Wesley. Well, do you think has been the most popular choice of what do you think has been the most popular choice of all time? I'm guessing it would be balloon or bloating. The most popular choice. Well, the thing that gets consistently voted as like the first thing that people pick when I do the thing. I can actually look at the logs because it's in a book. Okay. So, Papa Tub's week was the first week. That was voted first last time the weeks were reset. Then it was Betty Play. Was the time before that. Oh, it was Papa Tubbs week, but also it was Papa Tubbs week, so that got voted for twice. Then it was Betty Play, that got voted for, and then it was Farmer Tubbs week. That was the next thing to get voted. But then before that, it was Glutton week. On all the resets. Wow, this one's really good. I really like this page. Yeah. Then it was a mix of Pup week, Betty Play week, Piggy Noise week. That was the first thing that was voted. Then it was before that it was Padding week. Then before, God damn it, before that was Piggy Noise week and Farmer Tubbs week. Oh no, there's another one here. Then before that it was it Glum week? Yeah, it was Glutton week. And then before that, the thing that got was Fat Daddy week again. Then it was Pup week that got voted first. Then it was Worker Hog week. Oh wait, Worker Hog week, and then it was Fat Daddy week again. So far, Fat Daddy week has come up the most. Wow, really old sheet. This is really how I used to do it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's getting harder to track them. There we go. Then it was Worker Hog and Inflation week. That was next. No, it was just it was Worker Hog. Then the next week it was Inflation week. Piggy Noise week. Oh, I think it's Fat Daddy week again. Yep. And then Piggy Noise week again. Then it was Belly Play week. Again, it's really hard to read these. I've gotten way better at record keeping. Fat Daddy week again. And that's it. Oh, this is just unreadable. I scribbled everything out on this one. I'm not kidding. I can't. I don't know what was going on there. So yeah, I would say that Fat Daddy week, that Papa Tubbs week, it's changed its name a couple of times, but that seems to be the thing that is like the consistently voted first when all the weeks come back. You know. Wow, it's just a blast from the past, you know. How many years have I been doing this? You'd like to see the nurse pipe, please, in the video? This one? I mean, it was featured in the last video that I did, so yeah. Is that the one? I'm pretty sure it's in there, but featured, sure. Like, I need more to go with, though. I could probably do it on location somewhere now, because I can leave the house. Yay! But yeah. So it wasn't balloon or bloating. I'm sorry. Fat Daddy and Piggy Noise were more popular than I remembered. I'm still going to keep voting for Feet Week until it happens, though. Dude, I mean, it happens. It does happen. But yeah, it's been years and years and years and years and years. And I have been doing this. That's I've been doing this for. So yeah. I think Piggy Noise is because basically like Panda Fox has been with us for the beginning, definitely since just like a year or two before we got Discord, I think, and he consistently voted for that. So yeah, makes sense. But yeah, Feet Week. I mean, it does happen. There is a channel dedicated to it. So yeah. When did I last have Feet Week? It wasn't that long ago. Where is it? Feet. Three months ago, apparently. Yeah, I did the sumo stomping. You was here at the very beginning. Was you? I don't keep track. I should do that because Damon did this to me the other day. He was like I remember when we first met, and it's like I remember that too. Nothing special. It was like, yeah, but it was at this date at this time. It's like, what? How do you do that? It's like I've got it written down on my phone. It's like, oh, okay. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, Jeffrey, I need a bit more than that. Just we've got like the prop, but like location, costume, all that stuff. But yeah, I don't remember stuff like that. I'm sorry. Yeah, Damon found this. He did this to me actually last month. He did this to me last month. He basically there's a place that basically has a little tiny like calendar, like a little slip of metal like this big, and it's basically a little calendar. Yes, I know my thumb now is huge. It's a little calendar page, and it's like it's got like one of the dates circled on it and everything, and on the back of it it says basically like when we first met or where it all began or whatever. And basically he gave me that, and I was like, how do you know this? It's very sweet, but how do you know that? I got a gift and I was like, what's this for? But yeah, it's because he saved the message and the date and everything. Well, how long have you been watching? How long have you been watching, both of you? Tell me now. I'm just happy that people are still watching. And the friends that I've made and all that crap. Can I put you down for feet, by the way, Bill? I'm going to put you down for feet anyway. I am going to change the scrolly thing. Where is feet? But yeah. About 4 years. Wow, that's so long. Have I been on here for like over 10 years? It feels like I've been on here for over 10 years. I think like 5 or 6 years. Again, I feel like I've had like a YouTube channel for my bear stuff, for bear videos, doing bear things, for like a long time. since before I knew Damon. So that must be. I don't think it's 15 years. I think it's like 12 years. 11 or 12 years. I don't know. Yes, the banner. Got to do the banner. Beep. There we go. So that's back open. And I'll do Discord as well, just real quick. While I'm here, the tusks are huge. Yeah, he's got big tusks. So I just opened up. So it opened up on that thing, on that particular thing. That's why Discord did that, right? Actually, no. That was when Fat College Bear was my original channel, original channel. So yeah. Years, many years. I was still in IT at the time. Okay. There it is. Can you hear that? Did you hear that? That was my hair. Hairball. That's one I've got to delete. Delete. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I remembered a funny thing from Game Grumps just randomly today. Today, I remember this really funny thing that happened on Game Grumps where, like, sometimes Aaron is playing the game, and Dan will say something funny, but Aaron will react like because he's concentrating on the game. He'll be like, "Yeah, that's really funny," and then Dan called him out on it one day. So, like the next day or the next episode or whatever, basically Dan said something funny, and Aaron was like, "Dan," and then he just ended, and he just kept going. Well, anyway, and it basically, Danny lost his shit, basically, and it was really funny. But yeah, I remember that bit, and yeah, it just Damon said something. He said, "Oh, this is really funny," and then he told me a story, and it was like, okay, because he basically he set it up as already as being, this is really funny, you know. No, I don't want to reply. Fuck off. I'm trying to get rid of the reactions, and it's really slow right now. But yeah, he built up this story as if it was the funniest shit that I'd ever heard, and then basically, my expectations were high, and then he told me the story, and it was mildly amusing. I was like, oh, that's ready for that. Yeah, okay. And he said, well, I thought it was funny. I was like, right, but it wasn't as funny as you said it was gonna be. So yeah, basically, like, 20 minutes goes by, and we're in the car, and basically, like, he said, "Oh, that's funny. Look at that bird doing something." I can't remember what exactly he was pointing at, or where he was gesturing towards because he was driving. But yeah. I did that to him, and he nearly wet himself. It was so good. Oh my god. Yeah, it made me feel good. Anyway. Yeah. They do another funny thing. The Game Grumps do another funny thing. They do the I'm gonna fucking kill you. So you shut the fuck up. You know, they'll be giggling and then they'll say stuff like, I'm going to murder you. I'm gonna kill your whole family. Anyway, what am I typing? Oh yeah, Pipe Week. Oh, it's going to reset again. Oh. How do I spell voting? I spelled that wrong. And the word before. Before sometimes has an E on the end. Isn't it one of those words that doesn't always have an E on the end? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to randomly vote for art because why not? I always put a random vote on just so that basically if nobody votes, then at least I've got like that one vote, you know? And I always pick a random thing. Where's my what's the next emoji that I'm using? I've been using a bunch because it's pretzel. Next one's a cheeseburger. But yeah, so yeah. But yeah. Okay, well that's everything. I might do a live stream tomorrow to do a brainstorm or to work out whatever I'm drawing because yeah, I think the next thing I'm drawing has got to be well, it's got to be somebody else's character. So I need a character. I need somebody else's character. So if you could just drop that real quick, like first come, first serve, whoever does it first. Just label it. Just drop it anywhere on Discord and label it as like, you know, metallic or something. Then yeah, because it's your character, so it has to be that. Is it the metallic one, or is it? Am I thinking of something else? Did we already pick somebody for the metallic one? I'm on Discord. It's on my screen right now. Holy shit. Okay. Art stuff. It's in art stuff. No. Art stuff. Right. Who's next for metallic? Yeah. And people have overwhelmingly picked your character, which means that I need a character. So, yeah. What's the next one after metallic? Scrolling. It's on my computer, but you know, whatever. Is it Jeff or that is the word chef, right? Chef. Chef. Did it reset or was that for next week? Next week? This week is pipe week, but next week I might reset everything because basically here let me explain this, and then I have to go because I've been on for nearly a whole hour more than I was supposed to. I'm supposed to be trying to fix my sleep cycle. It's nearly 5 a.m. in the UC. So yeah. Okay. So the words below the screen right now, the ones that you can vote for, basically, if a bunch of those get like the same amount of votes, then I usually take about 4, up to 4. So I could do 4 a week if they kind of like if it's possible, or basically I extend the week to, to the next week, so that I can basically get all the videos recorded and edited and done and everything. Depending, it just depends on how tough it is. But the thing is that only the ones with capital letters, only the ones that are in capital letters, like leather and rubber, there you can see it has like a capital letter. But Advice Week and Art Week, they don't have capital letters. Only the ones with capital letters can actually get picked like that way, because Advice Week needs like another topic to go with it, as well as Art Week and Live Week. They all have to have like topics to go with them, so they can't be picked solo, but all the ones with capital letters can be picked solo. However, once I get below 4, 4 of the capital lettered weeks left, that's when basically I just do all of those in a row. I do all of those as part of 1 week. Nobody votes on them, and we just vote instead for the next week, when everything gets reset. All the weeks are back up to normal. Basically you get all of the whole, however many it is. I think did we say it was like 20 something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All the 21 weeks get reset. So yeah. So that's how that works. That's the whole system. Excuse me. Once a week has been picked, it basically gets like discarded until everything gets reset. So you get all of the weeks back. A full list of the weeks is right here. You can vote for, in about 3 weeks' time, Papa-Tubs Week, Builder-Tubs Week, Balloon/Lunar Week, Lime Week, Cigar Week, Piggy Noise Week, excuse me, Belly Play Week, Feet Week, Live Week, Art Week, Funnel Week, Advice Week, Farmer Tubs Week, Bloating Week, Pumping Week, Squishing Week, Pup Week, Pipe Week, Padding Week, Leather/Rubber Week, and Furry Week. So that's the whole list of all of the weeks. So yeah. Again, in about three weeks' time, basically the list will be back to normal. I will struggle to fit them all on a banner, because for some reason this is a character limit. You'd think that a scrolling banner wouldn't have a character limit, but it does. Dumb, isn't it? But yeah, the ticker banner. I'm gonna have a drink. I'm so gonna have a drink. I'm sorry. But yeah. So that's how that works. But yeah, but remember, you can vote for this. I've actually got a ticker. Remember, you can vote once per stream in the chat and in the comments, or on the Tubbs Network Discord server in the weekly topic polls channel, and for as many topics as you wish. But if you're voting on the streams, then you can only vote once per stream. But you can vote. Basically, it means that you can vote like for, say, leather/rubber week, like now, and also you can vote for furry rubber week. You can vote for furry week and rubber week, right? And then basically, if I do another live stream, even without the ticker there, you can also still vote. You can just say in the chat, vote for these things, and then basically I will count that as enough vote and stuff. It's basically just to get as many numbers and as much diversity in the voting system as possible, so that basically we don't just get like 1 or 2 votes a week for certain topics and stuff. But essentially all of the topics, they get picked. They eventually do get picked. So you're not missing out. If you're looking for a specific week, then you will eventually get it. It can take a while based on popularity and when you want to see it and all that stuff. So yeah, I've tried to be fair. We've had years to basically perfect this system, and we kind of perfected it in like the first go. I haven't had any complaints about it so far. I've had complaints that we've got too many topics. I've also had complaints that we don't do certain other topics, but people can also add topics. But the problem is that I have to try to figure out if those topics are actually viable, because people have suggested things in the past and basically they've already been part of one of the topics that has already been set up, or we've tried new topics before and I've gotten rid of them. The list has actually shrank and expanded over the years. So essentially, I don't know what those people are complaining about. But yeah, there have been people that basically say, do a certain topic, and it's like, well, we tried that, it didn't work. Or basically, there used to be one guy that was like, I can't remember what he was actually saying. Does anybody remember this? Anybody remember this guy? Somebody basically kept coming into the chat and basically suggesting a specific topic, but he was the only guy that was interested in this thing. Like, he was literally the only person that wanted to see this. See, I was so uninterested in doing the topic that I've completely blanked on it. Oh my god. Thanks for the help, guys. Let's call back to earlier in the stream where I basically called you fucking useless. I know it's stream delay and all that stuff, and I don't actually think that you're useless. I'm just messing with you guys. But yeah. Anyway, don't do that. Did you see that? I just stabbed myself with my own pen. Right. Is there anything else that I need to talk about? Anybody want to talk to me about before I go? Please yell in the chat now. Otherwise, I'm gonna run. We all suck. We all do suck. We all do suck. That's so true. I mean, no, you guys, you totally don't suck. I'm sure you're all wonderfully awesome people that are incredibly productive to society and all that stuff. Right. Yeah. Panafix, I'm glad that you're here, because I was debating whether I should just do this quietly, but now that I want to do it loudly. It did the exact same thing that I was expecting it to. Now that I want to do it loudly, it basically, yeah, you didn't even hear anything, did you? It just did that. It did that, but quieter than that even. Jesus. Oh my god. Yeah, I bet you if you weren't here, I bet you if you basically had gone, that it would have been loud as fuck. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway. I'm not straining myself anymore. You know, I can imagine the really teeny paper, basically spinning around and just like coming up to your screen and everything, and saying, you know, man shits himself on stream. No. Anyway, again, thank you so much for being here. I probably will be on tomorrow to do a brainstorming one. And yeah, remember, I need an actual person for the picture. Again, for people who understand what I'm talking about right now, on Discord, I might make a post about it or something, but I will need somebody for the your character segment on Discord. Belly rubs and belly sleep. Sorry, I was incapacitated by yawn. I don't know why I'm getting comfy. I'm basically just checking my mail and then I'm going to go to bed. So yeah, I was going to make an announcement. Well, I will like write something. I'll do that. I'll do that like right after I do this. But yeah, you can write whatever you want. I mean, like, I'm not forcing you to do anything, dude. Yeah. So I was like, what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing. Oh. Checking mail, having Pepsi Max. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah. Toodles. Toodles.